Good morning!
Good morning.
We are on the Brilliant Lady en route to Turks and Caicos for the first time. So it is a full day at sea, and we are thrilled.
Yeah, definitely excited to explore the ship and
try some new things.
Yep, and see what else to have. Well, we actually saw pretty much all of it yesterday, especially last night with the PJ party, but it's going to be nice to explore it during the day.
Yes, and not have any other activities for the time being.
Because that section where the PJ party was in obviously in the aft of the ship.
Yeah.
It was very nice over there.
Yes.
It's super
It's a beautiful
cool
day today, so hopefully it stays that way. And then hopefully for tomorrow we see a lot of whale action. That's what I'm hoping for. But in the meantime, we're going to go get some breakfast, and then I think we're going to go to the gym.
Yep.
And then I don't know what's going to happen after that.
We'll figure it out.
Yep.
We'll
So
let you know.
You guys will come with us for that. And I just like to say my Virgin Voyage experience so far has been incredible.
Same.
We have a bar tab, and I would highly suggest that if you drink that you get one. You don't have to think about anything.
No.
You kind of name, like Mike said the other day, to me, he's like, you name your price for a drink package.
Yeah, I mean, there's no set packages, but you could just spend specifically what you want. There's no fees, no gratuities. On Royal, for instance, you buy any of their drink packages, there's a gratuity slapped onto it, or there's some kind of fee slapped onto it. Here, let's say you want a $500 bar tab, you pay $500 and that's it. All right, well, we'll catch up with you in a little bit.
Breakfast.
Everything's empty, but this is the ice cream shop.
Opens at 11:30. We will be here. Yeah.
There we go.
Yay!
And it's open. All right, so Brie is currently out shopping, and I'm going to show you around the ship, see if we can find some new stuff.
So on deck 7, where I am right now, there's this little kind of semi-covered area to walk around the ship that's not the walking track. So the walking track is up top, but it's a little windy up there. We'll check that out in a few minutes.
The one great part about Virgin is that there is no shortage of places to just sit and chill. Some cruises have these big open spaces and nowhere to sit, so this is nice. And as we kind of loop our way around, it brings you through this little indoor area.
Kind of cool. It almost feels like you're not supposed to be here. So this is where we were during the pajama party. During the day, it's a lot different.
That's not a one-size-fits-all situation. We want you to choose the other.
Nice bar back here.
Is that I'm just grateful that you guys are here. And
There's a fitness class.
Okay. So if you can't do something.
Now we've made it to the walking track. Hopefully the wind doesn't kill the audio. Glorious. Nice view of the aft of the ship as well. Beautiful day. Nice day to be at sea. Good day to be on Virgin Voyages. As you can probably tell, it's a little windy. Now, that is the one downside of this walking track, is it's up on the top. So you're gonna get some wind when you're at sea. At port, I'm sure this is fantastic. I'm sure this gets a really good view of the port. But up here, it's a little windy. And if you're wearing a hat, make sure you tighten it up because it's gonna fly away. Now, maybe my wind-ridden hair can attest to this. This is the least judgy cruise I've ever been on, hands down. So I feel like you could wear just about anything, look like just about anything, express yourself however you want, and nobody would even care. No one would look twice. I feel like, on Royal, Norwegian, what I'm used to, the only 2 cruise lines I've ever been on prior to this, sometimes I feel like people are just kind of judgy. I feel like they're always kind of looking at what you're doing and what everybody else is doing, and none of them really mind their own business. And I feel like that's the complete opposite of this ship, which I really like. Virgin Voyages is not all swingers, ecstasy, and more swingers. People are very normal on board. People are very friendly. You're not going to run into a bunch of freaks unless you go looking for them.
Okay, so we have regrouped. Brie, what are you up to?
I'm looking at their next cruise offers on board.
And what are you seeing so far?
You know, it's kind of tough because they don't have as many ships as other cruise lines do. But I'm kind of taking a look to see like some different itineraries, things that we haven't done before. We might be switching some things around, to be quite honest, because
Yes.
this is getting a special place in our heart already, and it's only day 2, so
It's been really, really nice.
yeah, we've really enjoyed ourselves.
We have stopped to grab some pizza, brought it back to our room.
Sorry guys, I was too hungry to wait.
So the pizza place is open until 2 in the morning.
Opens at 12
and you
on
get-
Sea Days at least.
Yeah, and you get little personal pizzas.
Yeah, so we're sharing one for now.
And it's good. It's honestly, it's maybe a little bit better than a Sorrento's.
Depending on which Sorrento's. The one in Italy was unbelievable.
As it should be.
Yeah,
Right?
when we were on the voyage. Otherwise, they're usually pretty like average, but this is pretty good.
Yeah, it's decent.
It is time.
It is time for a root beer float.
It is time. I made the decision. It's the executive
She made
decision.
the executive decision.
Yep.
So,
So we're gonna go do that, and we enjoyed our pizza.
Yeah.
It was a nice little light snack. We have an early dinner today, so we're not
5:30.
gonna go too crazy for lunch. But I wanted to let everyone know that I made an executive decision, and we're gonna have a root beer float.
and take a look at this view.
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful out.
It's a gorgeous day.
Yeah. No, I'm.
Nice, easy waters. Very minimal
Yes.
rocking.
There's definitely still a nice breeze, which is my favorite. Is when there's still like some warmth with a breeze.
Yep.
That's my favorite. That's the best way for it to be. So
And yeah, couldn't ask for a better day.
no.
We'll see you in a few.
See you in a few. Okay, so we came down to get a float, and the only float that I love is a root beer float, and there's no root beer.
Don't have root beer.
So unfortunately, I think this is gonna have to go wash. I might just have to go get some ice cream instead.
Very cool.
Our room is over one of those little liver thingies.
A small scoop of the chocolate hazelnut and a small scoop of the coconut.
I mean, I've eaten some of it, unfortunately, but our ice cream has been acquired.
Yes, red velvet cone with some vanilla.
And then I have the no sugar added vanilla, which is really good, actually. I would highly recommend. Okay, so I ran back up to the room real quick. I needed to plug the camera in and my phone and all of that. But Brie and I have an excursion relatively early tomorrow at 8 o'clock in Grand Turk. And we wanted to get some room service for breakfast just to make things easier. And the really cool part about these cabins and just Virgin Voyages in general is you can pre-order your breakfast right on the tablet. There's no weird hang tags or anything like that on some other cruise lines. We've had those go missing before in the past or completely ignored. So this kind of eliminates that, hopefully. So you can see pre-order breakfast. You scroll down, you can select your time. I believe you can select, if this works, I believe you can select breakfast as early as 5 o'clock in the morning, which is very cool. If you have an ultra early excursion, that will be helpful. We're opting in for 6:30 to 7. Now, the selection here is a little bit limited. There really isn't as many options, I will say. The first option being a scrambled egg option, so like an egg-based option with potatoes and a choice of meat of some kind, so like bacon, sausage, whatever you choose. Then there's a Nutella stuffed French toast with bananas and maple syrup. There's a healthier option here with egg whites, grain and cereals, fresh from the bakery. I didn't look at this yet. So a croissant and then like a chocolate pastry of some kind. And scrolling back down here from the bakery, there's fresh fruit and berries, milk and yogurt, jam, condiments, and that's it for the food. But then you scroll down here, here's your coffee options. So you have espresso, double espresso, decaffeinated espresso, cappuccino, lattes, Americanos, macchiatos, and that's pretty much it. And then you can get some teas. And then you can also, I didn't even realize this, you can, maybe not for breakfast, but you can get beer or cocktails, whatever you really want, just delivered right to the room. Very cool, very useful. Love to see it. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Very useful.
After a very well-needed nap, we are on our way to dinner.
Yep.
It was very necessary for us to take this nap, guys. You don't understand.
It was very nice.
Mike slept in the hammock.
Yes, I did.
It was, he kind of crashed, honestly.
Yeah, it was nice. I mean,
Yeah.
look at this. Look at this. I mean, is this
How
not
do
the
you beat
most
this?
relaxing looking scenery you've ever seen? Just sitting on the hammock,
Yeah.
slowly rocking back and forth.
Incredible.
You can't really beat it.
Yeah. So we are off to Pink Agave.
Yep.
Mike's personal favorite.
It's the
excitement.
Mexican variant of all the restaurants.
So not my personal favorite, but that's okay. They do have a very good ribeye from what I've heard, which is my favorite. So
They'll have a good amount of options.
hopefully everyone is happy tonight. We have a very good dinner. I'm assuming we will. After that, it's the electric party. And I think it's gonna be like electric neon. I did like a cute little like pink makeup for it, but I don't know if that's on brand or not. But I don't really feel like changing. Maybe I'll throw some jeans on to be a little bit more like party ready. But other than that, I think we're ready to go to dinner.
Yeah,
Get a
we
pre-dinner
will
drink and see you guys there.
catch you in a couple minutes.
All right. When you compare your I've seen you TikTok. Have you?
And we found our first duck.
I didn't even know they were gonna hunt us. He's cute as he's got a Mardi Gras mask.
Let's go.
These are drinks, guys.
I know. No. It's kind of like just a mixer with some rum. Coconut pineapple mixture with some rum. I like rum and I like coconut and pineapple. Let Mike get a video of it.
You're good. All good.
He's digging into that one. We want to dig into that one.
Perfect. That looks good.
Yeah, it does.
And last. Perfect. We have arrived to desserts.
Why not? Why not? It's all included. Look at my tacos.
The ice cream.
We've returned from our Mexican endeavor, aka Pink Agave. I thought it was amazing. Brie, well, Mexican food usually isn't her thing. So, hey Brie,
Yeah.
you can come in and explain yourself.
So for what this was supposed to be, which was a Mexican food experience, I think they did a fantastic job. I just personally don't like Mexican.
Yeah, no, I was just kidding.
So-
It's just not really her thing.
It was honestly, I wish I got my own chorizo. I really love chorizo.
Yeah, so
that was really good.
I didn't mention it in the video because while I was recording, I was
Yeah.
trying to rush, make sure to
Make
film
sure,
everything.
yeah,
but
we could, but we'll
the
still be here.
potato dish that I had showed
Oh my
in the beginning,
gosh.
that was the chorizo.
Incredible.
And basically what that was like cut up fingerling potatoes.
Yeah.
And they had like ground chorizo on them and like some
That was
sauteed
great.
onions, things like that.
Yeah.
It was delicious.
And
yeah.
we loved that. But, the only thing that I had a problem with was just, my steak came and it was very fatty. It was a ribeye. That's what
Yeah.
they're supposed to be. I prefer more of a filet cut. It's just a personal preference thing. There
It's-
was
yeah.
nothing wrong with the way the food was prepared. There's nothing wrong with
Did it
the
at least
service.
taste good though? Like
The parts that didn't have fat all over them, yes, it did taste well.
Okay,
Like
yeah.
I said, there's nothing wrong with how it was prepared. It was prepared exactly the way I requested it to be. It's just not my personal preference.
Yeah.
So there's really no negative.
Subjective, yeah.
Yeah, it's more of a subjective, like, not my thing, not, oh my gosh, it was terrible. No, not on all in the slightest. But it was fantastic for what it was supposed to be.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean
That's
I
my
had
review.
I had never had duck breast before and holy hell, it was insanely good.
So after that, I went and blew $20 in the casino. I'm not really going as hard as usual in the casino because I don't have status
There's
here.
no incentive right now.
Yeah, so, and honestly, the slots, like, they have really good machines, but they're just eating my money. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not even able to play. So, and I don't know if that's just a me thing or everyone else, but it's honestly kind of empty in there. So I'm wondering what is up with that, but...
It doesn't seem like gambling is a big thing on this cruise.
No,
it really doesn't.
which is actually really surprising because you would think that they would want that, but maybe they're just not there yet. So,
Maybe the clientele is just not as into it, and that's fine. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not big on the casino, so I mean, I can live without it. She likes
Yeah.
to. She likes.
I I
dabble.
like to play, yeah,
So-
but if I'm not winning, at least like let me play, you know, give me a little money, let me play, and then if I lose, I lose. But
Yeah.
they're not even letting me do that. So, but for the rest of the night, we have a show later on, but we're gonna
Yep.
grab a drink down at the Draft House, and I think we're gonna go mess around with some of the features on their tablets downstairs and just kind of see what we can find.
Yeah. All right, so we'll catch up with you in a minute.
see you there.
And as you can see, we haven't moved. Well, we have, obviously.
Yes,
but,
we left and we came back, like you saw us do our little buffet run, and we were moseying around the ship, but we are tired, guys.
But yes, so we are back here, and well, we went to grab some desserts. Just to
and I
you
ate
know.
a burger because I didn't eat too much at dinner.
Yeah,
right?
and as far as
So-
we were supposed to go to dual reality, but we're kind of tired, and we realized that they're also running dual reality later on this week. So
Yeah.
we're gonna go on Monday, which is in a
Yes.
couple days.
Yep, we're gonna do
And-
that, and then they were doing it at 7. We were trying to go at 7 instead of 10 o'clock, and the 7
just
o'clock was
busy.
packed.
It's packed.
So we decided to go upstairs, get some snackies, and now we're gonna relax and go to bed.
And it's worth noting that with Virgin and their entertainment, it's always first come first serve. So you just have to get in line, and the lines get long. So if you do see a
it
show,
was too close to dinner time, and we didn't want to wait for the time.
exactly, and if you do see a show on their schedule you want to go to, just make sure you get in line
Yep.
in advance, at least a good 20 minutes.
I agree.
Otherwise, you're not getting a seat. But anyways, we're gonna close this off for tonight, and then we'll catch back up with you tomorrow.